What is happening, News Nation? Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of the biggest stories shaking up the sports world. We've got injury updates that could define playoff races, crucial matchups you won't want to miss, and even some fiery debates heating up the league. Don't blink, because this is your essential sports update, and you're going to want to know all of it. First up, we're diving deep into the Timberwolves versus Warriors game and the latest on Ayo Dosunmu's injury status. Could this impact the game? Then, we're tracking the return of a superstar. Will Steph Curry be back on the court soon, and is there a specific revenge game targeted for his comeback? We've got the timeline and the surprising details. And can the Golden State Warriors actually slow down the red-hot Anthony Edwards and end their current slump? We're breaking down the keys to this massive matchup and what it means for their playoff hopes. Finally, a fiery debate is igniting the league. Stephen A. Smith is calling out Steve Kerr, labeling his stance on the NBA season as hypocritical. We've got the breakdown of the argument and why it's causing such a stir. Stick around, because you don't want to miss what's next. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Ayo Dosunmu's injury status is up in the air for the Timberwolves' clash with the Golden State Warriors. The Minnesota Timberwolves are looking to rebound after a tough loss, but they might be without a key bench player. Ayo Dosunmu, who has been a solid contributor averaging 11 points per game, is listed as questionable with a right thumb sprain. This comes at a critical time as the Timberwolves have lost 3 straight after a 5-game winning streak, and they're fighting for positioning in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, the Warriors are also struggling, having lost 3 in a row themselves, and are looking to climb out of the 9th spot. The absence of Dosunmu, coupled with injuries to other players like Steph Curry, D'Anthony Melton, Moses Moody, and Quint Post for the Warriors, adds another layer of uncertainty to this already high-stakes matchup. The Timberwolves won the last meeting, but with key players on both sides sidelined or questionable, can they secure another victory? Will this injury news be the tipping point for the Timberwolves? And speaking of injured stars, we're getting an inside look at Steph Curry's potential return timeline. Steph Curry's return is on the horizon, but the timeline is raising eyebrows. The Golden State Warriors star has been sidelined with a knee injury since late January, missing a significant number of games. While the team has consistently provided a 10-day reevaluation window, a new update suggests Curry could be targeting a return on March 21st. This date is particularly interesting because it aligns with a potential revenge game against Jonathan Kuminga and the Atlanta Hawks. Curry is reportedly ramping up his court work and is highly motivated to get back on the floor to help the struggling Warriors climb into playoff contention. The matchup against Kuminga, who was traded to the Hawks, adds an extra layer of intrigue to his potential comeback. While the Warriors are still dealing with other injuries to players like Moses Moody and Jimmy Butler, the potential return of Curry, even in a game with a compelling narrative, is the biggest news for the Bay Area team. Could this Kuminga matchup be the spark the Warriors need? But can they actually slow down one of the league's most explosive scorers? We're talking about Anthony Edwards. Can the Golden State Warriors' defense contain Anthony Edwards and break their losing streak? The Warriors are in a critical stretch, sitting 9th in the Western Conference with their playoff hopes hanging in the balance. Their recent 3-7 record over the last 10 games highlights their struggles, fueled by injuries and inconsistent execution. Standing in their way is the explosive Anthony Edwards, who is averaging nearly 30 points per game and has the power to single-handedly win games for the Minnesota Timberwolves. While Minnesota is also on a 3-game skid, Edwards' presence makes them a constant threat. A glimmer of hope for Golden State is the continued availability of Kristaps Porzingis, who is playing consecutive games for the first time since his trade. The Warriors are exploring ways to leverage Porzingis' offensive versatility, potentially running the offense through him to create more efficient scoring opportunities. Defensively, the focus will be on disciplined play, with Draymond Green and Porzingis anchoring the interior and contesting perimeter threats without overcommitting to double teams on Edwards. If the Warriors can execute this strategy, they might just have a chance to snap their slump and improve their playoff standing. Will Porzingis be the key to unlocking a Warriors win? Or will this be another game overshadowed by player availability and league-wide issues? We've got Stephen A. Smith weighing in. Stephen A. Smith slams Steve Kerr's call to shorten the NBA season as hypocritical. Warriors coach Steve Kerr recently suggested the league cut the season by 10 games, a sentiment echoed by many. However, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith vehemently disagreed on First Take, calling Kerr's stance disappointing. Smith argued that while Kerr often makes profound statements, his proposal lacks substance because it doesn't address the financial implications. Smith pointed out that with the NBA's massive new media rights deal, shortening the season without suggesting a corresponding pay cut for players and coaches is hypocritical. Kerr, meanwhile, defended his position by highlighting the epidemic of star player injuries, load management, and the increasing number of teams tanking, stating that fewer games would lead to a more competitive and healthier league. This debate underscores the ongoing challenges the NBA faces with player health, season length, and financial considerations, leaving Commissioner Adam Silver with significant issues to address. Could this debate spark real change in the NBA? Find out next on News Nation. That's a wrap on today's top stories. We covered the latest on Ayo Dosunmu's injury, the potential return of Steph Curry, the Warriors' battle against Anthony Edwards, and Stephen A. Smith's fiery critique of Steve Kerr. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to News Nation for all your sports updates, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the know. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.